Legends, welcome back to the channel. We're inching closer to Christmas and we're about to open door number 8 of the Jon Coupland cars, a countdown to Christmas advent calendar spectacular. Insert tinsel and fireworks here. I hope you're enjoying this little mini series. If you are, comment down below. What would you like to see behind some of the next doors? You'll be surprised at what we've got coming, but in this video, door number 8, please. Behind the door then is this. It's a car that I bought initially for Mrs. Jon Coupland to have as a little summer toy. What is it? Well, it's a 1999 MGF. Look at it. It's finished in a Morello red paint, which is a flip between pink and purple and aubergine. Very rare. The paint code CMV if you want to paint your car the same colour. One of only 260 ever painted in this colour, which is, I won't lie, what drew me to the car in the first place. It's a 1.8 litre VVC K series engine underneath the, well, not the bonnet, at the back there, because as you know, if you know about these cars, if you don't, they are mid-engine. So this one is a bittersweet one for me because this is a car that is the only car I've really lost a significant amount of money on, and I regret buying, and I let my heart rule my head on the day. So I saw it for sale on Facebook Marketplace and it looked beautiful. It had got about 99,000 miles on the clock, and being a car from 1999, that was very good, very acceptable, and it was advertised for £2,500. I went in blind. I really didn't know anything about these cars, which is my first mistake, and lots of people will be shouting at me in the comments. And I went to look at it locally. It was about 30 miles away. I spoke to the chap. He'd bought it for his wife. They'd had a lovely time out in it with no mechanical issues, and they'd bought it from a MG specialist in Lincolnshire. We had a bit of a chat, and I actually paid £2,200 for the car. So he wasn't budging too much, which I understand because it cost a lot of money. And I brought it home to Mrs. Jon Coupland and got it home, and I didn't really look very well because mechanically very sound, bodywork very sound, but for a car that was, you know, 25, 27 years old, it had every single panel dented. It was cosmetically very bad. It needed a lot of TLC from the dent person, and the interior was starting to show signs of it being damp as well. Again, I let my heart rule my head here. I shouldn't have bought this car. Should not have bought this car. But I wanted to surprise Mrs. Jon Coupland with a summer toy. I thought, aha, she's going to love this. It's a pinky purple sports car. And, well, she didn't. She absolutely hated it. I brought it home. She loved the colour. She thought it was lovely, but she hated the styling. And we took it for a drive. You'll see a photograph of her in a minute taking it for a drive. And she hated it. She absolutely hated it. I thought it drove really nicely, and it did drive fantastically. I can't say bad things about the drive. I can say bad things about the condition of the car and the fact that I'm a bit grumpy because, well, I lost a lot of money. What did I do with the car? Well, we'll have a look round first, but if you do know about these cars, you'll know that it was due a timing belt change and due a little bit of TLC. I took it to Dad, and Dad went, absolutely no chance, mate. I'm not getting involved in that again. Because the engine, as you can see here, is at the back, and you've got to take the soft top forward and flip it forward, and it's just an absolute nightmare to work on. So I let the car stand. Mrs. Jon Coupland took it for a spin once. She hated it. I took it for a spin a couple of times. I'm a big guy. It wasn't really comfortable for me to drive. And I was conscious that, to me, at the time, £2,200 was quite a significant amount of money because I'd spent my profits and my earnings from the previous two vehicles, the Proton and the Jaguar, on this. That's what I was doing at the time. I was, I don't know, wheeler-dealer trade-upping. Under the bonnet, somebody had fitted these god-awful stainless steel washer things. Why on earth would you do that? Look at them all. There's about 40 of them. but it was in good condition, had been looked after under there. The gentleman I bought it from, by the way, really honest. He said, look, I'm not a car expert. We get in and drive it. It's been serviced. Here's the documentation. Have a look. So it's my fault that I caught a cold with this one. So I let it stand. I realised that I had to try and get some sort of money back from it. So I waited until a little bit closer towards the springtime, and I advertised it for sale for what I thought it was worth, which was £2,495. I then started getting lots of people contact me saying, mate, it's not worth anywhere near that. In its condition, X, Y, and Z. Had an expert come and have a look at it who wanted to buy it as part of a collection. He knew the car and he gave me some honest advice. In the end, a trader contacted me and he said, look, I'm a trader. I can see you trying to get rid of it. 1,600 quid. I was like, yep. Fine, not a problem. That's absolutely fine. Take it out my way, because at that point I was a bit like I'm stuck with an albatross around my neck. So I lost 600 quid. Yeah, which it is what it is. You can't win them all. To some, £600 is a lot of money. To me, £600 at the time was a lot of money. But the plot thickens. Oh, there's Mrs. Jon Coupland taking it for a spin. Look at her smiley face. Doesn't she look impressed with the car? No, she does not. Look, that's the I hate this car face. Anyway, what happened to it after that? So I sold it to a trader who put it up for auction at a very well-known auction house in Yorkshire. In fact, we'll see a video from them there. It was sold again in June 2022 by Matthewson's for £800. It went through auction at 800 quid. So clearly they lost on it as well. It's still taxed, but it is now out of MOT. The MOT expired on the 28th of November 2024, but taxed until January 25, so hopefully it's still being used and loved by somebody, and it's now covered 99,280 miles. I'm glad I sold this one. I lost money, but you can't win them all. Another peek at another car from the Coupland collection on our 12 days to Christmas countdown. Another one is coming tomorrow and we are counting down until the big day. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up please. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Comment down below, what did you reckon? Should I have kept it, or did I do the right thing with it? I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoy making it. I've selected a couple more videos here for you that I think that you might like from my previous collection. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really helps keep you up to date.